Welcome everyone, Mike with Bowers Barbecue coming today from my backyard. Today's cook's gonna be a fun one. Now my buddy Joe at Smoky Joe's Barbecue did a video about a year and a half ago where he did a brisket confit. I want to do something very similar using just a brisket flat. I think this would be the perfect meat considering how hard it is to cook the flat only. But we're gonna see what we could do. But first, we gotta start the fire. Okay, for today's cook, I'm going to be using post oak as my smoking wood. One of my all-time favorites when cooking brisket. Now the bag I have got a lot of little chunks in it, and mainly just chips. So I'm going to put a little bit more than I probably normally would. And on top of that, some fresh lump. Now, I am still new to using the Kamado Joe, and I've seen different thoughts on how to fill this firebox up. For me personally, I found that mine breathes better when it's not full all the way. I have others swear by filling it up to the top. Hasn't really worked out for me. But I think this will be enough charcoal for a small cook. We'll see. Stick a lighter cube in here towards the front. We're going to let that go. I had the bottom vent wide open. Let's see how this starts. Decent little fire here. I'm going to go ahead and close the lid. Got that chimney on 3 for now. We're going to let this settle in. I'm going to shoot it for between 250 and 275. Okay, so we had a unexpected rain shower, so I'm going to season this inside. The Kamado Joe's under the cover, so it's okay. A little bit of mustard. As for seasoning, we're going to do a base layer of Sucklebusters SPG. Then I'll come back over the top of it with just plain black pepper. Alright, this brisket looks good to me. Let's go get it on the smoker. Okay, so we reached about 255. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more smoking wood in here and the deflector plates. Some people are afraid to do this because of dirty smoke. So far, I've had no issues with that whatsoever. Plus, a little dirty smoke's not really going to hurt too much, to be completely honest with you. Alright, we'll be using the deflector plates today for indirect cooking. Now, this brisket flat is very lean, so I want to protect it as much as possible. And so I'm going with the water pan. This will not only help with moisture, but also protect the meat from the heat. Okay, since that water pan is going to impact my temperatures, I'm going to let this come back to temp, and then we'll put the meat on. Okay, so we're waiting for the Kamado Joe to get the temp. If you're getting value out of this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more content, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss a single video, ring that notification bell. You guys watching means the world to me, and I absolutely appreciate each and every like, comment, subscribe, notification, you name it. I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, so when it came time to put the brisket on, it was raining here, so I didn't get a chance to record that. I did take a little bit of footage with my phone, but basically put the brisket on. I set the top vent to 2, the bottom vent, just a little crack in there, and it's been holding 250 now for almost 3 hours. Let's go take a look. So for the 3 hours, this has been going rock steady, about 250. So that's pretty awesome. Brisket's looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and do a spritz. I'm using PickleSmash pickle juice. I'll put a link to this in the description below. Great little spritz here. I am kind of happy how this is looking so far. Little bald spot here, that's okay. It's gonna happen on a flat. It's gonna happen on anything really. But so far this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and let this run a little bit more. We're not near ready to wrap yet. Okay, so the brisket flat's been on for 6 hours now. According to my meter probe, it's about 175. Let's go take a look. So I'm just wearing my cotton gloves, no latex gloves. I didn't want to waste a pair of latex gloves just to rotate it. But that part's getting pretty good. Man, this smells awesome. We can go the whole time without wrapping this. I won't be mad about that. I just want to make sure that bark gets set pretty good. And not too crispy, but so far, I'm pretty happy. It smells absolutely amazing. Okay, as we wait for that brisket to finish up, I want to basically fangirl over that Kamado Joe. Man, this thing is killing it. It has pretty much been 250 the entire time. I'm not talking about like 252, 240. It's been 250 according to that dome thermometer pretty much the entire cook. Man, this is working out easier than a pellet grill, to be honest with you. And that smell. It smells like a Texas barbecue joint over there. If it tastes just as good as it smells, this would be a damn good brisket. I cannot wait. So the sirens went off as soon as I hit record. But anyway, brisket's been on since 9 a.m. It's now 6:15 p.m. We can still have this for dinner, but I want to rest it for more than an hour. So what I'm going to do is put it in my Breville oven and let it sit overnight. We're going to have this tomorrow for lunch. But before I wrap this up to rest, I want to show you guys the brisket. Okay, this thing looks absolutely amazing. You can hear that water kind of sizzling as it's burning out. I didn't refill it because honestly I wanted it to dry up a little bit. Bark is still a little soft, to be honest with you, but I'm okay with that because like I said, we're about to put this in some tallow. All right, let's get this wrapped up. Okay, in Joe's video, he let the brisket come down to about 160. We're about 165, 170 now. And he got the tallow to the same temperature. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna slowly pour this tallow in. Okay, so the tallow is in there. As you can see, it kind of comes up to the very top there, almost like a tallow foil boat. Not quite covering it, but that's okay. And I am not mad at that at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this in foil. So I'm gonna take this inside, put it in my Breville oven. I'm gonna take you guys in there and show you that oven. It's so awesome. All right, y'all, there's my oven. Had this set to 155, just like most barbecue joints do it. This is set for 13 hours. So I think I'm gonna have these for breakfast tacos. We'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning. It's a bit chilly out here this morning, but that brisket has been rested for well over 12 hours. Let's slice into it and see if this is a failure or a massive success. Can't wait. Look at that brisket. Holy cow. It's tender, it's jiggly. Let's see how it cuts. Oh, that's tender. We're getting great pencil slices here. I don't think it's going to fall apart. Let's see how it tastes. Yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. Tug apart. This is the best brisket I've ever made at home. We've got a beautiful smoke ring there. Great smoke flavor, perfect amount of post oak. The garlic and the salt from the Sucklebusters SPG with the added pepper, oh my gosh. This cook was an absolute success. You can absolutely cook a flat just as good as a whole brisket. This was phenomenal. The Sucklebusters came through, that little added pepper came through. I was worried about the bark, as you can see here. That was no issues whatsoever. This was phenomenal. Thank you so much for coming along the ride with me. I absolutely love the fact that you guys watched to the very end. It means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much for watching once again, and until the next video, the fire is out.